Here's Justin, and he is actually drinking a Dr. Pepper as we speak. Welcome out of the hot furrows of the 25-degree heat of Canberra City, and welcome to the 2XX studios, which are much more comfortable, I hope.
Hello, Sylvia.
For you, Justin.
Yes, it's nice and cool.
Nice and cool in here. So yesterday, I mean, you had quite a feat of your own yesterday, because I believe that the marathon that you had firstly was cut short a little bit, and that I was a bit sort of sad for you, because you were attempting to break a world record, of course, and you can tell everybody about that. But I thought that on the other side of the coin, the sheer fact that you had to balance your guitar on one of the horses one of the horses that you got quite fond of on the carousel down here in Civic, it must have been quite a demanding task to grip on with your leg muscles, I imagine.
Well, it is interesting. It was. I had a few challenges. I mean, physically there was the idea of balance and maintaining myself on the horse, and then I guess sort of more mentally there was learning the song, the horses, and I think in the end I do have to look in the official rule book, but I did have the lyrics to the verses blue tacked to my guitar, which I'm not sure if that's technically allowed, but and I was, the other sort of minor setback was I didn't get the horse I wanted. There was a horse called Bold John, and I really wanted to ride Bold John because I liked what he was about, and the horse next to it was Delta, so I was kind of excited about taking on Delta in horse form, but in the end a little girl was on it, so
okay, so you were actually sharing the carousel.
I gracefully found Bank Stream.
Very good. Very nice. And so, I mean, I was reading earlier that you had broken a world record in Melbourne earlier this year. 9 hours of singing You're the Voice, Johnny Farnham's You're the Voice, for 9 hours straight.
Yeah, technically I did allow myself breaks, say every 45 minutes roughly, for the toilet and things like that.
Larynx, giving your voice box a break.
Yeah, that's really important, and
because that's a demanding song, You're the Voice.
It is, because you've got the. I mean, you can't sing You're the Voice. You can't you can't sing it weedly. It just doesn't work. The song was designed to be belted out, and John Farnham at the Arias, I mean, that brought people to their feet, and I guess that's what I was trying to do at Flinders Street Station.
But wasn't it your rendition?
True, and the instrumental breaks tend to get a lot longer as you get on. You sort of think, 5-minute instrumental break, where the bagpipes come in, you sort of
play this verse again,
have a smoke.
That's it. But yesterday, what happened? Because you were meant to be on the horse for an hour.
I know, Sylvia. It was controversy at the late minute. I was ringing up Jason, the owner, just to confirm things were cool, and I said, we'd already arranged it to be an hour, and that's what I'd been practicing for, and he said, no, half an hour.
Why?
So, well, he didn't say too much.
Okay. Perhaps better left unsaid. But that's I was disappointed, Justin. I thought, there he was, stepping in the way of a mammoth moment, because particularly chosen for Melbourne Cup Day, of course, as well. And I have to say, to be perfectly honest with you, I was saying to people earlier, the truth is you brought focus back into the public arena of this particular track, The Horses by Daryl Braithwaite, because I had never heard it before.
Really?
Never. I didn't know it existed. So you've done a very good thing.
It's an important cause. It is a really good song. It's got a great chorus. It's really catchy.
How does the chorus go?
He's hit The Horses.
It's gonna be little riding on the horses, yeah.
And while the winner this year...
But the verses, nightmare. The verses are really waffly, and I had a bit of trouble with those.
Well, I think that you're owed a thank you from Daryl Braithwaite here, because it's like what Bonnie Raitt did for B.B. King back in the States in the late 80s or early 90s. Brought him back into focus and gave him the royalties that he was justly due. And I think you're being very
awareness.
You're being groundbreaking and raising awareness for some of the old guys here in the industry. So tell us about your own gig. What is going on tomorrow night?
The gig, yes. Well, it's I'll be, purchasing a map to find Toast, because Toast is this mythical place that may not exist, but people talk about a lot. And going up the top of Electric Shadow Cinemas, it's up there somewhere. Mm-hmm. And from 7 p.m, we'll have 5 of Canberra's finest original acoustic artists.
That's right. Fred Smith is coming on.
Wonderful, talented, amazing. Yeah, Fred and I actually sort of teamed up in a bumbling way this morning. He photocopied some posters for me, but we couldn't meet up. I couldn't meet up to get them off him, so he left them sort of almost like Russian spy-like underneath one of the rubbish bins near the carousel, and said, "Oh, they'll be there in the morning." And he left this cryptic phone message saying where they were, and we both met up there this morning and just scratched our heads and went, "Oh shit, they weren't there." So. Mysterious yellow envelope.
That's right.
Canberra.
And so what were the photocopies of?
Basically our bums.
Of your bums?
Yeah. Well, Fred and I
thought,
what do you do to get people's attention these days? There's so many posters around.
I'd go down to London Circuit and check out the cop shop because it could be down there.
We could be some mug shots. They're piecing us together. Yeah. Start bum first. Have you seen this bum? Yeah. Performing at a local Canberra venue.
Exactly. But speaking of which, I mean, you've brought your guitar, so we should probably, it'd be lovely if you would, sort of...
play the horses for 32 minutes?
Yeah, you've got about 32
How long
minutes.
we got?
Actually, we've probably got about 30 to 40 minutes. So, but whatever you'd select to play.
Closest I get to taking a knee is reaching into the Scrabble bag. The closest I get to any heroine is watching The Princess Bride. I'm a frequent pot smoker, but only when I overcook. The mashed potato, mashed potato, mashed potato, mashed potato. I'm high on life and mum's my dealer. First 18 years are free and then you have to start paying rent. Closest I get to doing a line is hanging out my undies. I've had some not so magic mushrooms, but they tasted really nice in that stir fry. And I have to admit I really like the smell of petrol at the servo. Only in moderation, 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 moderation. I'm high on life and mum's my dealer. The first 18 years are free and then you have to start paying rent. Then you have to start paying rent. Powder is for putting under your armpits. The ice cream wrapper's the only paper that I'll lick. The things in my head are weird enough as it is. And right now I'm tripping out on Whiz Fizz. And I think that my Donald Duck has been cut with some bad goofy. That was High on Life.
High on life, okay.
You know, people often come up to me in the street and just ask me, like, mate, do you have a couple of bucks for the bus? And then I tell them about bedroom philosophy and what it is. And I've thought a bit about it, and I think it's those moments when you're in bed trying to get to sleep, or when you first wake up, and it's like you're totally protected from the rest of the world, and you don't have the interruptions of all the media and other people around you, and you can just sort of focus on you feel a bit empowered in your own bed about your own opinions and own things, ways you see things. And you often have these ideas the night before, and you'll wake up and maybe have brekkie, watch a bit of TV, and then go, oh no, that's a crap idea, I couldn't do that, people would think that was really stupid. But I think, you know, if you can often hold on to those and not let them be kind of beat up by the outside world, that's maintain what's important to you. And I guess that's what I tried to do. I spent a long time feeling kind of alienated and watching, I don't know, Big Brother and shows like that, and reading Juice and just going, oh fuck, like this isn't my generation. Like, this doesn't reflect me. I don't really connect with any of this, yet it's the popular medium, and even Secret Life of Us. Like, those shows really affected me. So I guess once I had managed to secure the spot on Triple J, it became in my own head, like, oh my God, here's my chance to be, I guess, a spokesman for how I see things. And I don't know, I think the best thing about what I do is I don't sensationalise or glamorise things, and I try and just be a bit honest about about the awkward moments and the insecure moments that often don't get much coverage.
That's exactly right. I like that. I'm sorry, I was about to interrupt you at that crucial moment when you were talking about the awkward things in life that don't get
I think the awkward is the
much.
common theme for just about every song. I seem to... It's my little jewel that I can draw on.
It's interesting what you say, because even though you're known as a comedian, there's actually some quite grounded advice and information in there, because I tell you right now, I'm going to, tonight before I go to bed, I'm going to take that time, without a book, without a television, without a radio, without a CD, and tomorrow morning I'm going to do it too. And because we're always constantly wanting to create those breaks in the day where we can get inspired or we can take that moment, and it really doesn't take long. So I tell you what, I'm certainly going away with something new today. So
excellent. We're all bedroom philosophers, really.
There you go. Well, it takes a bedroom philosopher to bring it out and guide us into the awareness of our own abilities in that area too. When you get to doing a CD, which is a lot slicker, is it hard to sort of keep on top of things like that?
Well, I think the beauty of the CD was that it's a total compilation of all the stuff I did for Triple J. So they were all recorded. I'd go in and have 3 songs at a time to do, and Jim Trail at ABC Canberra and I would spend about 2 hours, usually tops, banging them out.
Really?
So
that's it?
Yeah, like I basically had to bang them out. I was under pressure. We didn't have the luxury of
taking it home for a day or night or two and
coming
back and joining forces. It was very spontaneous.
Yeah, and when I was I was desperate to maintain the segment, and it was becoming a once a week thing. So it was an absolute challenge for me to go, right, I have to write, I have to maintain my own high standard and write them so that I can play them once a week and be able to sort of bang them out to a degree. But it's sort of, I'm not a perfectionist and I'm not a very fussy musician. I'm actually all for, if I make a mistake, then I go, hey, that mistake has just become its own little... The song's got more character now.
That's it.
So I'm actually
nuance
it suits
in
my
the
chaotic
song.
style.
Absolutely.
Because if you were a sort of, I don't know what the word is, but more laboured musician or a bit serious about it, then this format would just drive you nuts, because you'd be going, oh shit, I could have done this bit better. But
I mean, you always come up with very inventful ways to showcase yourself. I mean, this beautiful photo taken from the ground, shooting up at you with your guitar on your star horse. Is it easy? Is it something that just manifests for Justin Heazlewood?
I think so. I think just ever since I was kind of, I don't know, I suppose high school age, I just became, I don't know, sort of just, I get kind of bored easily of hearing the same kind of music, hearing the same kind of songs in the mainstream and going, well, why does this keep getting coverage when there's no real original ideas out there and not anything that I really connect with, very rarely. So, I don't know, Beck has been, I don't really have that many inspirations or idols, but Beck is like my total hero musically. And I always, see a bit of a similarity in our kind of approaches, I suppose, that he's always trying to reinvent himself and try something new and just surprise people. I just love the element of surprise. My fear is that people will go, oh yes, it sounds like another thing from Justin Heazlewood, or not be excited by what I do. I want people, because I'm excited by what I do, and I'm sort of proud of that.
Well, why don't you excite us again, Justin, and play another track? I think that would be most exciting. And people are listening to 2XX 98.3 FM, and here's another track from Justin Heazlewood.
Is this for my sister home, Canberra? This is for you. Come on, boys and girls, come and play in Canberra World. There's lots to do and see. Fun just comes with the territory. You can wave at the public servants as they toot you on their choo-choo trains. Buy some national chips and gravy, always hot at the chicken gourmet. There's a Parliament House of Horrors. You can touch John Howard's eyebrows. The sideshow clowns of the uni crowd. Feed 'em beer, they're not too highbrow. There's a shooting gallery at the Defence Force Academy. They're declaring a war on ducks, 'cause they might bite you first, so you better not push your luck. Marvel at the man-made lakes with fish that swim on top of the water. Test your strength on Telstra Tower. Ring the bell, they'll pay your phone bill for ya. Come on, boys and girls, come and play at Canberra World. There's lots to do and see. Fun just comes with the territory. It's misspelled Conan, for which I'm longing. Miss Woden, for which I'm hoping. Miss Tuggeranong tugs my heart along. Miss Fishwick, I feel a bit sick, but the Queen of Canberra is Queen Bian. I'll be your King Bian. Buy a Canberra show bag, 1 ounce or 2. See a Canberra bullfight with a V8 and a kangaroo. Ride the world's first roller coaster with 20 roundabouts. Come on, enjoy the scenery. There's nothing to get down about in the ACT. ACT, it's only 3 degrees. There's you and me, we're gonna freeze in the Australian Capital Territory. ACT, it's you and me. You and me, we're gonna freeze in the Australian Capital Territory. Peter Harvey, Canberra World.
Woo! And more to come. I mean, tomorrow night then you're kicking off at 7 o'clock at Toast, which is above Electric Shadows. So for people at the Boulevard, I think I don't know if it's still called the Boulevard. I asked somebody.
What is the name of that whole section? It's kind of near the Canberra Centre, off to the right, near the car park.
That's it. No, Electric Shadows. I think most people know Electric Shadows, and et cetera, et cetera. But while we've got you here and we've got you in this contained little area, which is the best sort of showcase for nuances, is there any other songs that you might just like to share? One more, and then we'll have to come tomorrow night to catch the rest.
Let's see, what can I do? It's a little bit of a spoken wordy one about Ian Thorpe. Ian Thorpe got bored of all the winning when he was swimming. Here I am now, he said, entertain me. They tried everything, from the underwater TV, following him with Buffy, to the specially ordered inflatable version of Lord of the Rings for him to read while he did the backstroke. But nothing could put the fire in his belly, not even training in port wine jelly. Nothing could remove the frown, not even the deep sea clown. Ian got out of the pool, still in his Speedos, and wandered the streets, searching for meaning in a world that just kept on tumble-turning. They thought he was one of the homeless. They put size 19 shoes on his feet. They gave him a blanket and something to eat. He was a little unsure, a little bit edgy, like the time Alexander Popov gave him a wedgie. How do you console a man worth his weight in gold? Medals like Isaac Newton's apple hit him on the head. One morning, Ian fell out of bed. He took off his swimming cap and put on his thinking cap. Enough of this tomfoolery. I want to design men's jewellery. Took all his medals down to cash converters. He wrote his coach a note. He didn't want to hurt her, for Ian had a plan. He'd always known he was big in Japan. They gave him a mansion, they gave him his own show, they gave him his own pool. He didn't want to swim, he just wanted to float. In it, he just wanted to float. Come on, boys and girls, it's time to tune in to Australian Ian Thorpe's World of Pretty Things. Ian's head was swimming. Now this was really living.
Justin Heazlewood's Living on the Edge of My Bed from the Bedroom Philosopher. And we've got Justin here before he shoots off to out there for the rest of the day to be attacked and investigated and conquered, of course. Justin, tomorrow night at Toast, the launch of your CD, and I think it's going to be really one of those special nights in Canberra that come very far and few between. So we're lucky to have you here. Great little shots on the album, on the CD cover of Justin out on the deck of his home in his undies when he was a little boy. So, you know, what's not to love about that? CDs will be sold tomorrow night down at Toast.
$15.
$15.
They're actually now at Impact and am I allowed to mention them?
Yeah.
Impact and Landspeed are
Thank you for checking
are now
it.
stocking the CD, so go in and
Excellent.
hassle them.
That's right. But they can also buy some at the gig tomorrow night.
Certainly, there'll be loads.
Loads and loads there, so do come with
Got to
your...
pay back my Nan and Pop, so
That's it.
it's
Oh,
for a
God
good cause.
bless them.
Nan and Pop Records.
That's it. Nan and Pop Records, that's right. We like their production company very, very much. So, Justin, look, thank you so much for spending some time with us here today. Just one of those treasured moments of entertainment.
Riding on the horse.